There's confirmation of the New Zealand starting 11.
Yes, New Zealand have to weather the storm. You know, the crowd will be up for this. The Peru players will just be pumped full of adrenaline.
New Zealand, the all whites wearing all black, get us underway here in Lima. And early tug of the shirt, the New Zealanders saying. And Fred, I've got to say, there looked to be a case.
Certainly did look to be a case. You know, having a right footer on the left-hand side from a defensive perspective is actually an advantage.
Cueva, who needs to do more, needs to be more of an influence in the attacking third for Peru. Carrillo is the man who paid the price, not selected in this match, but Cueva. And Peru with an early opportunity here on the edge of the penalty area. New Zealand holding two strong lines of defenders. Cutting in with the shot on goal, hitting the bar. Well, we had the controversy at the other end in the opening seconds, but there's a moment for you. Just 3 minutes into the game, and Peru rattle the woodwork. Lewis again, a wayward pass. I don't say again for Lewis, I say again for New Zealand. They're always going to be second best in the possession stakes, Fred, but I'll get your thoughts on just how well they're doing. A lovely touch here from Draco, driven across, and that time Marinovic was just content to block it away at the expense of a corner.
And it's the clock. The clock is the enemy for Peru. And New Zealand, they don't care how the game looks, how it pans out. They just care that it's 0-0.
Might see the first yellow card of the game, and it's a rather unlikely figure to be in the role of hatchet man in midfield, but Ryan Thomas, no arguments there. This is pretty late, pretty crude. Yellow card, Ryan Thomas.
That's the best cross of the match so far. Right on the 6-yard line.
Farfan, and now Cueva. Advancula almost playing as a winger, and there he goes, down to the byline, time to pick a spot. Not sure that that was what he intended. Driven back across again, off the chest. 40,000 plus go up in unison, crying for handball penalty. Referee Turpin says no, and he's been surrounded. I must say that looked to be right off the middle of the chest. And yet Peru, well, they'll look for any advantage, won't they? Both teams will. Well, what it has done is removed absolutely any doubt as to host broadcast, because we've had 8 replays of that so far, and we didn't get one of Barbarouses. Reed struggling here, finds his feet again. Cueva into the area, dangerous, on the edge, chance now, they've scored, they have opened the scoring. Peru have the goal that they've been looking for, and the goal comes from Jefferson Farfan. New Zealand will have to do this the hard way. 1-0 Peru.
Well, nothing changes for New Zealand. You know, they always were going to have to score a goal at some point. So a goal will take them through. But this is about pulling the defence out of position. You know, Winston Reid, Christian Cueva pulls Winston Reid down out of the central area. Does really well. Great control of the ball. And then takes Reid on and looks for support. And he finds it on the edge of the box.
So much emotion surrounding this game, so much pressure. New Zealand's have to keep cool heads. They have to be the ones to benefit if there is to be a dust-up of any sort. That's a great ball. What control. Absolutely brilliant. Cueva turning it on. And if they were to get a second, good cover in the end from Durante. But this is sublime. Fascinated. You must stay with us during half-time back in New Zealand in the studio with analysis from Chris Sorosic and Dave Mulligan with Narelle. I'm sure they'll have thoughts on what might happen from the bench as that one swerved. Oh, it's dropped by Marinovic, and somehow he gets it with a big left hand. The second save here is quite incredible. The first one may go down as a goalkeeper error, but watch the second grab here, Fred.
And again, it's a long-range strike. It bounces just in front of him. Difficult to hold. But then Jefferson Farfan looking just to dink that one over the top of him.
They must keep this away from the keeper. Give the big fellas a chance. Good ball played, and chance over the bar. Well, that's exactly what played out. And immediately, the nervous looks from the fans, but Winston Reid, he might be a little disappointed here. This is tough, this is crowded, but he might be a little disappointed. And that's gone through the legs of Tuiloma. And referee Clement Turpin says that'll do us. 46 minutes with that 1 minute added on. So there is the New Zealand number 9. He's been struggling with a hamstring strain. Played for just the 20 minutes or so in Wellington, and it is a striker for a midfielder, Wood for Tuiloma. At what time should New Zealand take more risks in this game? I'm interested in your thoughts as to here's Wood, and there's the influence of Wood, just knocking that back across goal, and Thomas was in close attendance. He feels it was a corner, but look at the influence already.
And this is the combination that New Zealand is searching for.
Colby, does he make room for the cross? He does, drives it across. Wood's there! Oh, great save, the whistle had gone. Referee says a push. Referee says a push.
This is terrific from Kip Colby. Does really well, goes past his man, and that's a beautifully flighted cross. Great save. Not too sure on the push here. I think that's just Chris Wood being strong. Has got his hands up, and yeah, bit of a nudge by Chris Wood. He's saying, boys, got my shirt. What am I meant to do? As Clayton Lewis makes way for Ryan Thomas, for Makaroha, sorry.
Thomas into the penalty area. Good ball played in. It was a good ball that was deserving of a touch. Reid suggesting there was shirt grabbing again. That was danger time.
Again, great delivery from Ryan Thomas.
Not just yet. Oh, it's missed by everyone. Oh, what a save, Marinovic. That would have been an own goal. Came off Winston Reid, and Marinovic at full stretch here, diving to his left.
Saved New Zealand from an own goal. Pressure on the Kiwis.
Well, again, it's in the area, and they've scored a second. They've scored a second. They've got more than 1 foot now in Russia. They're on the way, are they, Peru? The goal scored by Cristian Ramos, 2-0 Peru. The tie is theirs to lose.
Well, they got close with the previous corner, and this time they converted. See the emotion there in the face of the Peruvian supporters. Flicked on at the near post. Ball bounces around the penalty area. Cristian Ramos, the quickest to react, and he hits that one about 7 meters. Again, Marinovic, no chance.
Jeremy Brockie scoring goals for fun in South Africa. Can he pinch one? Goodness sakes, can he pinch two in the final 13 minutes? Looking for this man, Chris Wood. He's strong, edge of the area. Oh, that is so Jeremy Brockie. That just falls a little differently. You don't put it past him, do you? That's clever by Peru. And they are dangerous on the counter now. New Zealand having to commit players forward. Dangerous ball played across. And there with the initial clearance was Boxall. And then Marinovic wins the free kick. They'll get on with it quickly. It's
great defending from Boxall. New Zealand are really stretched here. And this is a terrific cross. This will be right up there with winning the Copa America in 1975 for Peru. It's been so long since they've been at the World Cup. I remember watching them in '78. Teofilo Cubillas, the most famous Peruvian player.
Chance now for Wood. How good's the hamstring? Chris Wood, does he make it interesting? Oh, is it a save or has it gone off Wood? Apparently no touch from the keeper. Well, that would have made the last perhaps 120 seconds interesting. There are 4 minutes to be added on. What difference might this have made, Fred de Jong?
Boy, a straight pass. Costa Barbarouses does well. Lays it into Chris Wood. Keeper comes out, and then Wood is touched just beside the post.
No whistle, and Peru come away with the ball. The final whistle. New Zealand's dream is over. Peru's nightmare is put to rest. 35 years it's been, and they will return to the World Cup finals. Peru win the game and the tie, 2-0 over New Zealand. Just look at the emotion. Look at what this means for a nation of 31 million.